There we go. Okay. Wow. Um, screw Zoom. I just want to say that I now am on Google Meet or Workspace, whatever it's called. Um, just so everybody knows, oh, I'm so excited. We just went through hell getting on here. I normally don't start the episodes like this, but I'm going to. I am no longer on Zoom, so um, anyways, though, to get back to the normal episode, welcome to For the Love of Writing. I'm very excited about this episode. As always, I am here today with Pat Arneson. I
Hi.
said I said that right. Okay, good.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start it off as normal. How old were you when you started writing, and what got you into it?
I've always written since I was like 5. I think I made my first book when I was like 4 or 5 years old with crayons and a stapler. So that was what I really wanted to be when I grew up, was a writer, actually. Now, I didn't
Okay.
start writing actual adult books until much later. So there was just a little lag in there. And when I was 58, I finished my first actual book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. You said 5 years old?
Yep, ish. Yep, around there.
You remind me of my daughter. She's doing her first children's book right now, and
That's
it's
great.
coming along, and she's gonna be putting it on Amazon. Yeah, your second one. Sorry. Yeah, her second book. Her second. She's very excited about them. So I believe the first one's called Simply Dead, or yeah, Simply Dead, right? And the other
Correct.
one's The Empty Dark.
Yes.
Now, tell me about those. Are those your only two books or no?
Yes, I'm working on the third. Actually,
Okay.
they are the first two books in the McGuire Mystery series. And during all of these years that I have not been writing, I have been a clinical therapist. I still am a licensed therapist. And my protagonist is also a licensed clinical therapist who happens to get pulled into solving homicides as an amateur sleuth.
Oh, wow.
So her backstory is she has had a long career. Well, she's about 40, so not a whole career, but she's had several decades of work in
Yeah.
high trauma situations, and she needs a break. She's burnt out, and she thinks, I know, I will go get a job at this equine therapy ranch, just a temp job for the summer, and learn how to do therapy with horses, and trips over a body in the tack room.
Oh,
And
wow.
yes, so from there, she gets pulled into solving the mystery.
That is that's different. I like it,
Yes,
but it's different. That is the kind of stuff I read right there.
good.
I love that. It's now what genre would you say you write in?
It's a mystery. It's a traditional mystery. Okay, so it's not a cozy, but I think of it as light traditional because there's nothing really dark. There's nothing brutal. There's nothing gory. The even like there's a little bit of profanity because there's a couple of characters who are like ex-Marines and they're not going to go around saying "gosh darn it," but
Yeah.
um, light profanity and light violence. So it's not dark. That's part
Okay.
of my whole point.
Okay. I've met a few people who because I'm one of those people. I try not to use profanity in my books, but I can't lie. I use a lot of it. Um, but yeah, I do know some people who they make a point to like they're like I do not swear in my books ever, and I I don't know. It's like for me, I my pastor at the church I go to, I so he's like, do you use profanity? Because he knows I write. He's like, do you use
Mhm.
profanity in your books? And I was like, yes. And he's like, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but he's like, you should try to not use it. He's like, try to make the book entertaining without using profanity. And I'm like, one day. So is Simply Dead and The Empty Dark, are those You said those were like a series,
Yes, that's
McGuire
right.
series. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, when did you come up with those, and like what year did those get published?
They both actually were published last year, but I did not write them both last year. I started Simply Dead about 4 years ago. It took about 2 years to write. And then while I was writing The Empty Dark, I was also researching different publishing options. So they ended up being, I went to with indie publishing, and they ended
Yeah.
up both being published in 25.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I which what did you go through Amazon or what did you go through to get them published?
No, I went on Ingram Spark.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So those can go on Ingram. That means you can get those on in Barnes and Noble, right?
Yes, you can. And they're in libraries, which I like. And I have bookstores who order them right from Ingram, which I also like.
Oh wow, I gotta start doing
Mhm.
that then. I that's yeah, everybody I talk to who's like, "Oh, you got to go on Ingram." I'm gonna start doing that then. I always wondered how do people get their books on the bookshelves, and everybody's like, "That's what you got to do."
That's what you do. Yep. Hmm.
Okay, Ingram. I might do that with the next novel I'm working on. It's because I've got um a lot on Amazon, but it's like I don't know. I want to see the physical copies in places where like other people where people are going to buy books. That's it's
Hmm.
oh, it's a great feeling seeing your stuff on a shelf. Have you had that moment where you obviously where you got to go and you saw your book on the shelf at the bookstore or
Yes.
no?
Oh my gosh. It was so exciting. And in the library as well, because I grew up in libraries. So seeing my book on a library shelf was just as exciting as seeing it in a bookstore for the first time.
I was that kid who I was a library kid.
Hmm.
And that's what I call myself, a library kid. I was that kid though who was on the computers writing short stories, and then when I wasn't doing that, I was going through the DVD collections they had, and I'd go buy the books, buy like like the Stephen King books and stuff like that, and I'd look at all the covers and think, oh wow, what's this about? And up until like probably I got in my later teen years, it was like I never read, never wanted to. I thought it was boring. And then,
Really?
yeah, when I was younger, I thought reading was so boring. And then once I got older and, got through my high school years, I picked up a book, and next thing I knew, it was like, oh, wow, I've missed out on this the whole time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, because because like my grandmother's like, I'm so happy that you got into writing because she's like, you used to hate reading so much, and I was like, I love it now.
Mhm.
I read more than I write. I could definitely say that. That's how much I love it. I read more. Um, now I've met a I'm a very what they call slow reader. Do you read a lot still or no?
Oh, yes. Yep. Voraciously.
Now, are you like a book a day, a book a week, or a book a month person?
I have a bunch of books going at the same time. And so
Oh,
the
okay.
really lighthearted ones are light, easy reads, a book a day for sure. But then I also have like nonfiction or research books going, and some books that are just more dense. They're just going to take longer. Yeah, I pretty
Oh,
much, I don't exactly speed read. My husband accuses me of speed reading, but I really don't. But I can go through them pretty quick.
it takes me so long. Well, I work a very demanding job. I'm a garbage man, and I work all day sometimes. And if I can get 10 pages read in a day, 10, 15 pages, I'm happy. It takes me so long to get through a book. It's painful.
Then you
Um,
can savor every word.
Yeah, yeah, I do. That's the one thing I love. It's like because I'm a slow reader, somebody will ask me, "What do you think about this book?" And I will know every detail of it. Even like I'll remember exactly what they said on what page because I was
That's
on the,
fantastic.
yeah, I'm very good at that. Like I read somebody I had on here recently, I read their book and there was parts where they'd be like, yeah, and then this happened, and I'd be like, well, this happened before that. And he was the one that wrote it, and I was like, this happened before that though. And I'm like, that's why it was my favorite part. That's why I loved it. And he's like, oh, sweet. He's like, you've got it down in detail. I was like, absolutely. Um, Now, Simply Dead and Empty Dark, those are hooking me. That looks like a twister in the background.
It is.
That is okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Now tell me, is there are they like storm books or no?
No, they both take place at the same equine therapy ranch, and I am also an equine certified therapist as well, working with horses. So the details of being on the ranch are true life. And in the second book, they do have a twister come down and hit the ranch. So you'll have to read it to find out exactly what happens.
Okay. I will definitely do that. It is in my they're in my to be read because the moment we got on the thing together, it's like those two hook me. I also love how it looks like you have a bunch of travel pictures in the on your wall.
I do. Yes. If you could
Okay.
see the whole room, I put them all over the entire room. And then when I want a story, all I have to do is look around because I have adventure pictures surrounding me.
I love it. Now I want to dive more into Simply Dead. Um Now you said I feel terrible because I have it on the tip of my tongue what you said you're called. You are a some form of a therapist.
Well, I'm a licensed clinical therapist, but I'm also a certified equine assisted therapist.
Okay. What are those?
Okay, so the licensed therapist, that's like, psychotherapy in an office or out of an office, all kinds of basic therapy, mental health therapy. Equine assisted therapy is using horses to help do therapy for people.
Oh,
And yeah, I had never heard of it, honestly, before like 10 years ago, but it's amazing. It is absolutely astonishing the things that happen when you incorporate horses into the therapy session with people.
oh wow. How do you go about doing that? The with like with you said with horses?
Yes.
How is that? Like
And if you read the books,
eh,
you will get a lot of examples because
yeah.
she walks people through sessions while she's between solving the murders. But just basically, horses are prey animals. So they are hardwired to be incredibly sensitive. They can either hear or
Oh,
feel your heartbeat from like 10 feet away, at least, maybe more. So they are tuned into what your emotions are, even if you're not. Like, say
oh, I
you
did
have
not.
PTSD and you have numbed yourself, so you're not
Yeah.
even aware of having feelings anymore. Like, oh, I don't have any feelings at all anymore except anger. You'll hear that a lot. Well, then they come in and they're with the horse. Maybe they're just brushing the horse. Maybe they're just near the horse. Um, and if they start talking about something, the horse will tell if their heart rate speeds up, if they have
Yeah.
some kind of a spike in energy or something, and the horse will do something. It'll react somehow. So the more you know about natural horse behavior,
Yeah.
the more you'll pick up on these cues. And then you can tell the person, okay, see what that horse did there? You teach the person to watch the horse and they'll start noticing and they can start to put it together. Oh, when that horse did that, I was thinking about this. And all of a sudden they start tuning in and realizing, actually, wait a minute, I am still having emotions. I am still having feelings, and they can get back in touch with it. That's just one
Is
aspect. There's
it like you know how they have like therapy dogs on set of like movies where they're like before like acting out a really like traumatic scene or something, they have like stress dogs. Is
Well,
it
that can certainly be part of it.
it's like so it's like that?
It's a lot
Okay.
more complicated than that, but that's one way you can do it. It's just have them there, and their presence is very calming too.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, come to think of it, the few times I have been like really up close to horses, it is a calming feeling.
It
It's
is.
yeah, they're like majestic.
And they have a presence.
See, I gotta learn more about horses.
There you go.
Now you at your house, I'm guessing you have like horse stables and all that stuff?
I don't. I wish I did, but no, I have a ranch that I go to
Oh,
where I work with them doing equine assisted therapy.
oh, that is so cool.
And I have a favorite horse out there, but I don't have my own.
What's his or her name?
Her name is BG Sky.
BG Sky. Okay.
Yep.
Did you name her or was that the name already given to her?
Oh, that's the name she already had.
Oh, okay. Okay. BG Sky.
And she's my
Uh
favorite co-therapist.
is she oh cool. Is she in the books or no?
Well, she is, but in the books, her name is Rosie.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
Nice.
pretty much her, though.
So there's horses, murder, and storms.
Yes.
I love that. Seriously,
Hmm?
I do this thing called Sleepless Spotlight because one of my books is the series is called Sleepless, and I do this thing every week where I do this like reading. And the last episode I did was they're only like 3 minutes long. I talked about how I love having storms in my books, and
Oh,
like in like snowy weather or rainy weather, I very rarely write a book where it's sunny out.
well, that's cool.
Yeah,
You'll like
I
the one I'm working on now, then book 3 is going to have a huge blizzard.
nice. I love it. It's like I'm one of those people. I when I first got because I took a little bit of time off from writing when my daughter was born. Once I got back into it, I told my wife one day, I said, to get back into writing, I'm gonna watch Stephen King's Storm of the Century.
Oh,
And she said to me, she's like, why? And I'm like, because it's scary and there's a blizzard. The whole mini series is a blizzard. And then I was like, 4 hours, it's a 4 hour mini series. I watched the whole thing. I'm like, okay, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And it's like I thought you were gonna write, and I was like, I'll write tomorrow. And it's like I'm one of those people. I don't know what it is. I write better when it's pouring rain out. And I write better when there's some type of hectic weather in the book.
you live in a place that has a lot of hectic weather?
I live in Rochester, New York, and
Okay.
if it's winter, it is freezing and like 0 degrees, -25 wind chill, and when it's summer, it's like 100 degrees out.
Okay.
It's there's never a full day. If it's really nice out and it's like noon, by 5 p.m. it will be pouring rain, and everybody's like, "Thank God I cut my grass." It's one of those places. It's I've never met anybody who lived here and didn't move strictly because of the weather.
Sounds perfect for you.
Oh yeah. So I'm like, while I don't like the rapid weather change, like there's this one day it was 40 degrees out, the next day it was almost 80. And it's like,
Yeah.
how does this happen?
We do
But yeah.
that too. I'm in Minnesota. It's like a roller coaster.
Oh, okay. You're in Minnesota. Okay. Yeah, it's oh, it is crazy. Like when my father-in-law comes up here from Florida, if it's like 55, 60 degrees out up here, he will literally come in a hoodie and be like, I'm freezing. How do you guys do this? And we're like, it's not hard. We're so used to it. Um, so tell me some more. So we got horses, we got a murder, and we've got tornadoes. How does that all go together without telling too much?
How does that all go together? Okay, well, like I told you, Abby McGuire is the therapist. She's the protagonist.
Yeah.
And she comes in looking for a break, taking this temporary job as an equine therapist, ends up getting pulled into first there's sabotage, and she ends up with a stalker, and she's solving a murder. And at the same time, what she's doing is working through problems with her own past and also helping other people walk through things they need to get healed from. So yeah, I have an ulterior motive with writing these mysteries
Yeah.
because she actually, while she's solving the mystery, one of the sub themes is actually her doing therapy with people, either formally or informally.
Okay.
And she is actually giving people real, like rubber meets the road, plain language ways that you can walk out healing and restoration from different things. Because people in our society and in the entire world are really
Yeah.
struggling with a lot,
Oh
but
yeah.
they won't talk about it. People don't talk about what they're struggling with and what's bothering them, things that they think they're never going to be free from.
Yep.
But they will talk about murder mysteries, right? They'll talk about books. So this is my ulterior motive. Work it in. It's a great story. It's a lot of fun. And also, oh, by the way, this is how you walk out of PTSD. Here's some actual things you can do. So the protagonist is working on her own stuff from her past. She's helping other people work on their stuff from their past. And she's also doing all these zany, crazy things, solving this murder. So there's tension and there's laughter. It's hilarious. You'll get teared up a little bit in some spots. It's just all woven together.
That I gotta read these.
And it's a good ride. It is.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
See, what drives me nuts about being a slow reader is like I I've got like 20, 30 books on my to be read list.
Uh-huh.
And the book convention I went to, I bought like 15, 16 books there.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to. It just happened. So it's like, oh, it's like those are
It's
15
hard
more.
not to when you're in these conventions and
Yeah.
there's books everywhere and authors everywhere. I will
Oh
tell
yeah.
you, people who don't read much have
Yeah.
told me that they find my books easy to read because they
Okay.
flow. Yeah. So
Good.
it's not a hard read. You know, it's not a dense read that's going to take you a month to do. It's like you
Yeah.
start reading, and it sucks you in and you keep going.
Okay. Okay, good. I was gonna say, so it's not like the Bible.
No.
I my and everybody on here pretty much who watches know I go to church regularly, and I'm kind of friends with my pastor even outside of church. And I've told him, I'm like, I love reading, I do. And I'm like, I read the Bible and I'm like, I get so lost. I'm like, what are they talking about? And oh, it's nuts. Because he's always telling me, he's like, you should put the fiction down for a day and read the Bible. And I'm like, I will. I I'm also one of those people. I try to read like sometimes two books at once. Doesn't always work out that way, but I try to read normally two books at once. My cat's here. Her name's Jade. She
Hi,
just
Jade.
came, wanted to be part of the thing. I've
Oh,
never had
that's
her
nice.
before. Oh yeah. I always say oh my cats. I don't know if you have cats or dogs or
I
what,
don't
but
currently.
uh
My-
there we go. Sweet. All right, we're back. There was a minor technical difficulty. Gotta love those. Oh, I hate them so much. Oh, um. But anyways, back to where we were. When I had my cat in my hands. Um, I have questions I normally ask that I haven't asked in a long time, and some of them I think would be great for this. Um, I love your books, even though I have not read them yet. Just from what you've told me, they sound just you've met like there's I love how you're like you can just speed through them. That tells me there's no like lulls in the story where it's like it slows down at all.
I actually
Um,
worked really hard on that.
Oh yeah, no, I can tell just the way it's like just for what you've said the stories are about it. I definitely like just everything that's involved in it. These things you've told me. It's oh, it sounds great. I feel like the books are probably maybe like what 300 pages max.
Probably.
I was gonna say I've read some books that are like 500 pages and they're really good, but they're like journeys, and then some that are
364.
oh not bad. Okay, it's not a short read, but it's not a real long read. It's right in the middle. I love
Exactly.
that.
There's
Um,
substance there, but it won't take you a month.
yeah, exactly. So one question that I love asking people, that I miss the questions. Um, how do you feel about trigger warnings?
I've thought about that because my characters, like I said earlier, Abby is walking people through like PTSD and things like that. At one point, there's like a brief mention of suicidality, like not in the book, but
Yeah.
talking about it. Okay. And I have not put trigger warnings in because it's not like really, really detailed. It's not graphic. It's not vivid. So, and I want people to be able to come across the book, as they're reading. I want things to naturally evolve.
Okay.
But in the future, because, okay, so in the first book, in Simply Dead, they're talking about PTSD and they're talking about anger and they're talking about fear. In the second book, The Empty Dark, they're talking about a different presentation of PTSD and talking about grief. Okay, those are basically the sub themes, and it still is a murder mystery, and it still is fun, and it's still a romp. But those are the sub themes. Okay, in a future book, I'm thinking about maybe talking about like depression and maybe act more about suicidality. If I do that, then
Hmm.
I will maybe put a trigger warning in the front. I don't know
I
if that was the kind of answer you were looking for.
That was perfect.
Okay.
I love that because not only you told me how you feel about them, but also you equated it with your books too, which is great. Um, I've never been a trigger warning person up until I started talking to people that also write books and read them and how they feel about them. And I'm getting to that point where I'm like, depending on some of the material, I might have to add some things just so people know, hey, this isn't. If this really, gets to you, might not want to read it. There's one of my books, definitely a trigger warning book, and I have yet to put anything about trigger warnings in it yet, but it is a future plan. Like the next book convention I go to, I am going to just have a sign in front of the book saying, trigger warning book, and let them know what the things are, just so that way, if they're not into it, don't even buy it. Like I don't want to lie to anybody and like, hey, there's nothing bad in this book. You can read it. I don't want to be one
Well,
of the
there you go. Like there are a lot of things that I just won't do. Like I will not
yeah,
involve children. And I personally just get tired of the whole SVU thing. So I don't
yeah.
have like crimes against women. I don't have any graphic things like that.
Okay. I like that. It's like an appropriate read.
Yes.
What age would you say is like the minimum age for someone who wanted to read your books? Like the youngest you think a person should be reading it?
It depends on the kid.
Okay.
A lot of teenagers would enjoy it. So there is some conversation where Abby is talking about the fact that she doesn't include sex as a part of every date that she goes on. Okay.
Okay.
Because she just personally doesn't get into that. So, and there's not even any sex that takes part in the book, but
Yeah.
there's the conversation about it.
Yeah.
So if you were like, I don't know, a 14-year-old kid, I don't know if you'd want to read that or not. I don't know if parents would want their kids reading that or not. I mean, people get murdered. Young adults read some pretty sophisticated stuff these days.
Yeah.
I would have read something like that when I was like 12, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I when I was 12, I was watching and reading stuff that I shouldn't have been reading. Well, watching, I didn't really read that much when I was little. Um, my, my daughter just said I watch.
I have had a conversation with one of the bookstore owners who has my books in her stock, and
Yeah.
she said she would recommend it for young adults as well as
Oh,
adults.
okay.
Not that it's
Nice.
not that adults should say, oh, well, then it's going to be just too boring or simplistic. It's not like that. It's just like it's accessible on a number of different levels. So
Yeah.
this is one thing that I really like talking to readers is that people read it on so many different levels. People will say, oh, that was a great mystery. And I honestly could not figure out who did it until the end. And that was all they were reading it for. And then other people will say, oh my gosh, I took this book and I gave it to my therapist and talked about my mental health with my therapist based on this. So you can read it at different levels and people engage with it at different levels.
I um I love that you are a like therapist counselor in real life.
Mhm.
I can tell too because I don't know if I've ever had like a counselor on here before,
Oh yeah?
but I have my own counselor and it's like I don't know, you give that same comfortable vibe
Well,
that
good.
like counselors I've talked to because most of the counselors I've talked to have been like over Zoom or webcam because of my job and stuff.
Sure.
And it's I don't know, it's like this you can talk to about anything kind of thing. It's great. You give that comfortable feeling. I love
Good.
that.
That's
I
perfect.
absolutely. The other thing I really want to ask, and I think my wife's job might have something to do with this. Do you think social media has dehumanized people? Or
Absolutely.
God, okay, I was thinking you were gonna say that. Oh, so many people have said I don't think dehumanized. I think they've just made it to where people are they don't kind of like that like there's no consequence for what they're gonna say kind of thing. But
Okay,
yeah,
to
it's
be fair, there's also a lot of positive things that you can get on it. There's a
yeah,
lot of like this is your positive thought for the day, or things that are encouraging, or here's a way to reframe your day and focus on joy and things like that. And there's also a lot of like social emotional education or mental health education, things like that are out there too. So it's both.
yeah, yeah, because I use the internet for a lot of stuff and uh the the worst the worst thing I'd say the most unhealthy is when I go on Facebook. And it's because I go on there to post about books and to see about other people's books. But then you'll be scrolling and you'll see stuff that's like, political or just some people's views and it's like block page. Don't go in the comment thread. It's the worst thing you could do.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I no longer well, not no longer, but I try not to doom scroll as they call it.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
And I work with a lot of teenagers, and it's really brutal sometimes for them.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Oh man. When I was in high school, my flip phone, the internet on it was like half the page would pop up and it would say loading and it was like you'd have to scroll to get past the first piece of the page because the first
Okay.
page would be cut into like four sections. Oh yeah, do you remember that or no?
I hate to tell you this, when I was in high school, phones were still attached to the wall with this
Oh
twirly
yeah.
cord.
No, I know. It's weird. I miss the ones where you had to put your finger in the thing and go like
Yes,
this,
yes,
and then
exactly.
the ones you had to crank to while you were talking on them,
Never had that.
huh?
I'm not
You,
quite that old.
oh, my grandpa used to, because I would tell my grandpa the ones you got to put your finger in. He's like, "What about the ones you got to crank?"
There
And
you go.
I was like, "What?" And my grandpa go, "Yeah, you used to have to crank phones." And he's like,
Ah,
now they're in your pocket." And I was just like, "Oh wow."
wow, yeah.
Oh man. Um, So your books you said are available on just Ingram and Barnes and Noble, or are they also on Amazon?
They are also on Amazon, but they're on many places online. Actually, if you Google it, there's like 10, 15 places that'll come up. And you can order them directly on my website also.
Okay.
It's patarnesonauthor.com.
Okay.
I have links on there. And I
There,
always recommend
Arneson-
bookshop.org.
bookshop.org.
Yeah, are you familiar?
I am now. No, I am now.
It's
I am
very
not.
cool because what you can do is you pick what independent bookstore you want to get
Yeah.
the credit for your book. So every little bookstore in the world doesn't have to be able to have the infrastructure to sell online.
Oh, okay. Okay. I gotta start putting my books on more platforms.
Yep.
Yeah. I just to start this thing, I actually had to start my own website, which I've been wanting to do for like since I started writing. I just keep pushing it off. I don't know why. Um, but yeah, I Simply Dead and The Empty Dark. Do you have the title for the next one? Have you shared it or no?
I'm not 100% sure what that's going to be yet.
Okay. But you are working on it right now.
Yes, I am.
Nice.
Mhm.
That is awesome. I will definitely put those on my to be read because I have
Excellent.
seen those on Facebook, those covers.
Okay.
That's why they stuck out to me right away. I was like, I know those.
Right.
I'll definitely have to buy those if eventually. I've got so many I gotta buy. Oh, I want to read them all. I want to read a book a day. That would be amazing if I could do that. But but yeah, thank you so much for giving me your time. I am so sorry about the technical difficulties that drove me nuts. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the opportunity. It's been
no,
fun.
no problem at all. And everybody go by it's Pat Arneson, right?
Yes.
Go by Pat Arneson's books, Simply Dead and The Empty Dark.
Hello.
And this is my daughter. She
Hi.
wants to come to say hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on, and I can't wait to have you on again. Okay,
Great. Thank you.
absolutely. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye.